In the previous video, we wanted to create a bench, and first we created this cube, and after that we need to tell Blender that I want to create the leg of the bench based on the face on here. But since we didn't have an edge, we add edge by using the loop cut tools. And now that we have our edge, we need to create a form and actually add a form based on these two faces. And for selecting these two faces, I'm gonna go to the face selection mode and press this face and shift select to add my selection on this face. I selected these two faces, and now I want to add a form based on these two faces. And I need to create a form to the bottom. So there is a tool called Extrude Tools, and Extrude is gonna add or remove a form based on the faces that you selected. And it is one of the most useful tools in modeling software, so you really need to learn how to use it. And if you come here, you can see that this is the extrude tool, and if I click on extrude, a circle and a handlebar with plus is gonna be displayed. And if I select anywhere here by left click and drag, you can see that I can create a form based on any shape or place I want. But since we want to add a leg exactly perpendicular to the face, you need to select on plus button, and if I left click on plus button and drag, you can see that a Z axis is gonna be displayed, and it means that the face is only gonna be perpendicular to the face. And as you can see, it doesn't matter how I move my mouse, it's always gonna be just perpendicular to the face. Okay, so if you want to free extrude, you're gonna click anywhere you want and you can shape it any way you want. But if you want to be perpendicular, you click on the plus and drag. Okay, so I add my leg based on this form, but I think my bench isn't really like the image that we have. So for a start, I'm gonna push my bench up, and first I need to select my whole object. And what would we do for selecting all of the object? We can do the select and then all, or the shortcut A. So I select all of my object and I want to move it up, so the tools gonna be the move tools. So the move tools, I'm gonna move my object a little more, and then I'm gonna again with my face selection tools select this face and shift click on this face to add to the previous one, and then move it down. I think my leg is fine now, but this part is a little thick, so I want it to go down. So for that, I'm gonna select, shift select, and shift select these three faces and then push it back a little. Okay, I think this is nice for now. And I also want to show you how to remove shape with extrude tools, and for that we're gonna add a little handle on our bench. And what I mean is we want to create a handle on here on our stone bench. Okay, so for us to use the extrude tools to pushing our object in, we need to first create this face. And for creating this face, what we need to do is first create the edge that we need. And the edge that we need is one edge for this one edge for this one edge here, and the other edge is here. Okay, so what is the tools to adding edge? It was the loop cut tools. I press the loop cut tools and then hover over this edge to add a perpendicular edge to it. So I left click, and then I want two edges, not one edge. So I come in here to the loop cut and slide setting and increase the number of cuts. And since my object has a symmetry, I'm not gonna change the factor, but I think the distance between these two edges need to be a little more. So for if my object has a symmetry, I can use the scale tools to increase the distance between them. So I want to add distance along the y-axis, so I use the y scale to increase the distance. Okay, now I also want to edge like this, so I'm gonna select loop cut again. I add edge here and push it up, for example here, and then create another edge and push it up again. And now we have a face that we want. We want a face here. And now we have, let me select the face mode selection. And now we have the face that we wanted. So I'm gonna select the extrude tools, and the handlebar is gonna display again. And if I select on the plus button and push, you can see that I can add form, but I also push in and I can remove form based on the face. Okay, so the extrude is gonna add or remove a shape based on the face that you selected. And that's for now. And in my experiences, you really don't use the setting of the extrude too much, but if you want to, for example, change the movement of your extrude, you can use the move XYZ to moving XYZ. And flip normal is a subject that I'm gonna talk about in the future videos. So for now, this is the extrude tools. And since the extrude tools is a really useful tool, it's not bad for you to learn the shortcut for it. And since the shortcut is really easy, extrude E. You can use E for extruding. For example, if I'm on select box, and if I press E, you can see that it's gonna add a form based on the face that I selected. And if you don't like to use extrude along the normal, you can simply right click on your mouse and it's gonna put the extruded face at the same place as the selected face. And then you can come to the move tools and change the place of the extrude any way you want. You can also use the shortcuts, but I'm not gonna burn your mind. But if you would like to use the shortcut, whenever you press E, you can see all the shortcut at the bottom of your window. So you use them if you like to use the shortcuts. And I think this is enough for this video. The only thing that is left is to create this smoothness on the edge of our bench, like here and here. And for that, we also have another tools. And for the sake of reviewing our workflow, first you create a part of your object, then you add edge, and then with selecting any face on your object, you use the extrude tools to add shape or subtract shape from your object. Let's continue.